89 overall George Pickens, aka the best card in Madden 24 Ultimate Team, just dropped, and in today's video, I'll be showcasing what you can do to earn this card in the quickest way possible. Now, Salsa family, and welcome back to another Madden 24 video. In this one, we're focusing on the new competitive field pass, because that's how you can get your boy George all the way up at level 43. And really quickly, before we do, here's a $10 Xbox gift card. For the first person who wants it, simply put in those digits and you'll get the gift card for free. And if you want another gift card giveaway in my video later today, leave a like. If we get up to 700 likes, I'll do that for you. All right, now without further ado, let's take a look at the competitive field pass in this game. If you guys didn't know, when you go to the live events tab and you hold down the left trigger, you're gonna see the competitive field pass, which is now back in Madden 24. And let's quickly start this one off by kind of just perusing through some of these levels. Let's take a look at what's inside here, then we'll take a look at the fastest way to level up, because that's probably what you're here to see. Now, as we scroll through, honestly, the rewards are pretty epic. Level 6, 25,000 season XP, a bunch of packs as you're going through this, red zone packs, midfield packs, headliners packs. There's a lot of good stuff. Then once you get a little bit further, the big boy rewards start coming out. Level 22 and 86 overall AJ Terrell. I'll pop up the stats of the card on the screen. He's a damn good player. Level 27 is an 87 overall legend player, a full legend player at level 27. That's fire. Continuing to scroll, you guys will see the big boy reward right here. It's going to be the 89 overall exclusive George Pickens card right here. I will put up the stats of the card on the screen, and as we continue going through this field pass, that's kind of all you're going to see. There's also another full legend at level 53, and then there's also going to be some touchdown packs, which if you didn't know, those are some of the best free packs in this game, if not the best free packs you can possibly earn. But you guys came to this video to figure out how to get George Pickens, so let me talk about it. Now, of course, to scoop up this card, you're gonna have to complete some missions. Let's talk about the best ones to do. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through and add up the total amount of competitive pass points you can earn for playing mud champs, for playing solo battles, and for playing head-to-head seasons, and that'll kind of allow us to see, okay, this is most effective for getting CP. So let's start it off by taking a look at head-to-head seasons. As you can see right here, as we scroll through these missions, there's not a ton of CP that's given out. As we go through each of them, the way we can kind of calculate how much you can earn is the bottom right corner of each of these missions. That will show you the total potential rewards for each objective. So like for kicking 6+ field goals, for kicking 3 you get 1, for kicking 6 you get 2. That means the total is 2. And when you go through here and add up the total amount of CP you can get for every single head-to-head season objective, that number is, drumroll please, only 51. So not much CP for these right here. Oh yeah, and also I should note these objectives are going to reset every single week. So like 51 CP this week, then it'll be 51 CP next week, 51 CP the week after that. But yeah, that's not really a ton. Now next up, we got our weekly solo battles right here. For the weekly solo battles, these are a little bit better. As you guys will see, it's a little bit more XP, and the total amount of XP you can earn if you play through all these objectives and you complete every single one is going to be 110 CP per week. So a little bit better, not a crazy number, but a little bit better for sure. And I would say if you like playing offline, solo battles are probably the move for you, because you will get a decent amount of value. As you can see, the missions aren't crazy difficult either, so yeah, they're not terrible. Then next up, we got the big daddy right here. The big boy rewards are going to be found in the MUT champion screen. As you guys will see, these objectives aren't crazy difficult, like getting 125 tackles, you'll do that. Scoring touchdowns, you'll do that. You'll do all this stuff fairly naturally. And fellas, drum roll please, when we run the numbers, when we do the math, the total amount of CP you can earn for playing through MUT champions is 260 per week, which is actually a very, very good number. 260 CP ain't too shabby, man. So it's looking like the best game mode you're going to want to play if you're trying to grind for CP is going to be MUT champions. 260 per week is a lot more than the 110 from solo battles, and a lot more than the 51 from head-to-head seasons. Obviously, from head-to-head seasons, you can get more rewards like trophy packs for winning a Super Bowl, but if you are strictly grinding for CP and strictly grinding for George Pickens, MUT champs, that's the move. Now let's also take a look at 2 other missions in here. There's the daily mission, which of course you're going to want to try and get done on a daily basis. In total, you could earn yourself 12 CP per day for doing this. So if you're playing online, you'll probably do a lot of this stuff naturally. Like honestly, rushing for 150 yards in a single game, that's actually kind of tough. And then scoring 15 touchdowns, you're going to have to play a decent number of games. But if you're playing online, these should get progress. And then obviously you're also going to get progress on these milestones, which is another objective tab right here. Now these milestone objectives, these don't reset every single week. So you're slowly going to rack up progress on these, and eventually you'll probably knock all these out. None of them seem like too strenuous or too difficult. And if we do the math on those, if you knock out all these milestones, that is another 325 CP. So just out of curiosity, I thought to myself, how much CP can I get if I go through and get every single objective done this week? So we do the daily objective, we do that 7 times, we do our MUT champions, we do solo battles, head-to-head seasons, and milestones. Now obviously this is fairly unrealistic, but that number would be 830 CP if you did them all this week. And what that kind of tells me is it's going to take a minute to get up to these objectives, fellas. It's going to take a minute to get up to level 22. It's going to take a minute to get up to level 27. But when you do, the rewards are just so good. And I'm assuming it's probably about like 2 weeks to get up to level 22, 3 weeks to get up to level 27, and then maybe like 4 or 5 weeks to get all the way up to George Pickens. It's not a very short grind, because you guys can see right here the total amount of CP that's necessary. The total CP is 2,791. So our 830 CP, which we can get in week 1, is good, but it's not close enough to be able to get this card. Now, obviously, I will say it's worth starting to get on the grind right now. And if you're looking to get on the grind, you're looking to play some online games, what you're going to want to play is Mud Champions. Like we said before, Mud Champions is going to be the most effective way to get your experience points. If you go through and score 25 total touchdowns, that's 28 CP. Whereas if you go through right here and score 30 total touchdowns in head-to-head seasons, that's only 6 CP. So it's a lot lower of a number. Also, just look at these objectives. They don't seem too strenuous right here. Like recording 2,000 total offensive yards, field goals, touchdowns, tackles. Honestly, not too crazy. Returning kickoffs 100 yards, this will be really easy. It's super easy to return your kicks. All you're really going to want to do is, I guess, go through and like think about these things a little bit as you're playing your games, but honestly, it's not much to think about. You're really just going to try and win your games. Winning your games will give you a little bit of CP. Now, also, I will say a lot of these objectives will only track during wins. So like for these objectives right here, scoring 25 plus total touchdowns, recording 125 team tackles, the points one, the passing touchdowns, these only track during wins. So if you lose your Mud Champions game, you're not going to get progress on these, which is kind of interesting. It does place more importance on winning, which I think is a good thing. It doesn't mean these stats are just like empty stats. You have to win as well for these to track. So honestly, this is not going to be super easy. Like it's not going to be easy to go through and get your George Pickens. It's definitely going to be a pretty significant grind, but I'm ready for it, man. Mud Champions, that's the way to play. That's the way to play online. That's what I'm going to be doing to try and get CP, to try and get as much progress as I can. Because honestly, although you do get trophy packs for like winning Super Bowls and head-to-head seasons, fellas, you're also going to get some other really good packs in here, red zones, midfields, and then eventually you do get some trophy packs as well. You get a ton of season XP. The season XP is massive. It's like 30,000 per token, 25,000 per token, and it's fairly frequent, fellas. Like honestly, it's very frequent. Level 8, level 6, a little bit of XP right there. Definitely worth grinding for. Now also, I do just want to briefly mention the Big Daddy reward right here. The Big Daddy reward. I'm probably going to talk about this in full in a video soon, because there is a really interesting strategy you can use to try and get this reward. But in the milestones tab, I didn't mention this. If you win 25 games of Mud Champions in a row, you get 1 million coins, fellas. That's not 25 in 1 week. That's just 25 in a row. So we're going to talk about a couple interesting strategies you can follow to try and get this done in a video coming tomorrow. If you want to stay on the lookout for that video, hit that sub button. I've got one tip that you probably thought of, and one that I'm telling you a lot of people did not think of, that is really going to help you when it comes to getting this stuff done. So if you want to stay on the lookout for that, hit that sub button. If you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like. And if you want to check out my team building strategy for Madden 24, this will help you build a good team and win some games. Click right here, and I'm out. Peace.